Right. I see my own comment appear up there. Hello. Good evening. Happy Monday. Let me set the camera right. Let me get the camera right. I'm filming producer Jill over there. She said, Jeff, if you don't let me on this camera, I'm going to be so mad at you. And I said, well, that's fine. Let's get you on there. I realize I'm dressed like a book priest. I don't know why that is. I have like this jacket and these charms around my neck, and I feel like I am a priest of books, a book priest, a hell priest. I don't know. Hello, David. Hello, Hans, Dave, Mike, Christopher, and David. Hello. Welcome to Mondays. Great week. Hellraiser and Werewolf by Night. Now, the Werewolf by Night is a Marvel thing. That's crazy. I didn't watch it. But how is it Marvel? Oh, Stevie says. Stevie's favorite letter of the alphabet, I guess. Oh. And so, yes, Werewolf by Night. I'll have to see that. Hey, Pizza Giraffe's here. Pizza Giraffe. I suppose those spots could be pepperonis. So I'm going to check in with the Magic Duff Bucket. Earlier, I was recording a video, and producer Jill said I was a little too animated. So I might bring it down to earth randomly. Don't want to get the decibels up. You know what happens when you get the decibels up? Then the blood pressure, then the stroke, and then you got to be fed pudding by producer Jill. Hellraiser was awesome. No question about it. Here we are. This is a tough one to get out. Magic Duff Bucket, what have you have for me? It's a pinhead. You see? Man, I love the way that looks. I think I'm going to love the way it tastes. And I'm going to have to, I don't know. Oh, they're each in a cherry. They're each in a cherry. So, producer Jill, do I eat the cherries first? Look at that. Oh. Oh, that's tasty. Oh. Oh, yummy. Yeah. Some of these cherries were stabbed multiple times. That's cool. And you gotta like the little toothpicks. You know, it's all about the event, right? It's all about the presentation. So, Hans says, Marvel had some successful horror titles in the early 70s. Tomb of Dracula, Werewolf by Night, and The Man-Thing. Oh, The Man-Thing. I don't even want to talk about The Man-Thing. Oh, Man-Thing's in it. All right. Hello, Mark. The Hero, Moon Knight, and Blade came from... Oh, I did not know Blade came from those titles. Mr. Harrigan's phone was also this week. Yes. We have such sips to give you. Look at that. Oh. If you saw the new Hellraiser movie, how about this? How about this? Remember that part? That was a really good part. Hello, Flash. Jeff Ward wept. Yes, these are all great. This is not a Manhattan. It's a pinhead. It's got lavender stuff in it. Creme de violet, which sounds like violence. Luxardo and Kraken rum. Not Plumber's Kraken rum, but Kraken rum. Release the Kraken. So obviously this isn't going to last the whole show. Oh, that's tasty. That is very tasty. Lament. Oh, the picture quality got real bad. Oh, did it get bad for you guys? Am I still live? My picture quality on the laptop got real bad. How's it look? Okay, good. Picture is fine. All right. Then let me just be a drama queen, you know? Hello, Ron. Good to see you here. Flash. Youngling Hershey is finally out. Got me a 12-pack. I saw that photo. Cheers, Mike. Cheers. Cheers. Okay, I'm glad the picture's fine. On mine, it could just be glaucoma vision, but on my laptop, it's really bad. But there is a Jeff in the middle of the screen. Oh, that's gonna mess up your screen when you got a Jeff in the middle. What you want to do is rub some money on it. Jeff will go away. Rub some money. Giant size man thing. See, these are the man thing jokes I thought should stick through throat, you know. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about, Christopher. Man thing was Marvel's answer to Swamp Thing. I love competition. Giant size man. You know, and that's like I said, that's the great school humor I expect from you guys. Enjoyed the homeowner vid. Homeowner, yeah. You know, you don't know what homeownership's going to be like, and I want to teach the kids that it's not all glamour. It's not nearly all glamour. Sometimes you have to take a cabinet out because that cabinet just doesn't know when to shut up. And you just got to, you know, you wash it down with some vodka. Everything's okay. Producer Jill, that's a home run. Yeah, she's not going to remember how to make it, though. This here, what I'm playing right here, this is fall music to me. This is always going to be fall music. I remember driving around my 76 Ford Maverick through the cemetery with this in the cassette deck. Yeah, Halloween, man. Fall. Oh. It's available in Tennessee. You need to go try it. Okay, I will, Mike. I will. Joe, we got to get younglings, Hershey's. It's out. It's a chocolate like stout or a chocolate lager. I'm not sure. So we're gonna get 76 Ford Maverick with manual steering. You kids go to the gym nowadays, and they're like, I'm gonna do curls for the girls. We had Mavericks. And you steered it with your will. You didn't get to like do one palm thing. You didn't get to lay back, you know, listen to your hip hop music and do one-handed turns. You had to grab it and you had to wrestle it. You had to earn the respect of your cars back in the day. They didn't work for you. You worked for them. And then you had to roll the window up. Forget driving and drinking. You're too busy driving and rolling the wheels. The window up. Forget it. Power, manual steering. Then, you know what? You go to power steering, and guess what happens to civilization? It crumbles. 76 Ford Maverick. It had balls. That was a car that had balls. You could hit that car into the side of a building, and then you got to have a funeral for the building. That pinhead went quick. Yeah, it was gone. Yep. It can really suck. That's why I'm not one after 38 years of ownership. Good for you, Mark. That's freedom. You learned what the Jedis were trying to teach you way back when, not to own anything. You were a Jedi. So I would say that, yes, you should give a TED Talk. 911, what is your emergency? Can you have an officer check out my neighbor in the woods in his costume talking to himself? Oh, that was just masterful editing. Producer Jill shot that video. And then I took it into the studio and laid down the voice track. It's a high-end, this is a high-end production you got going on. Play that in my office every day. Did you catch Totoro? No, I couldn't catch him quite. He got away, but you know he's on ankle monitors and he's got several court dates. So this is not a random thing. I often see him. There's a part in front of my house I call the bowl because it divots into the street, and he hangs out down there. It's like a homeless encampment for Totoro. It's not. I said, get back in that Ghibli movie. Get back in there. And I think he fell through the cracks of the judicial system. Seatbelts were optional. And forget it. There were no airbags. If you were going to crash, you were going to eat that wheel. And that wheel was hard plastic, or I don't know what it was, rubberized plastic. It wasn't gentle, okay? You had to buy pads for your steering wheel because everything about the car was brutal. Everything. I mean, why do you think Stephen King wrote Christine? Cars were killing people all the time. All the time. It was amazing. Like, you got in a car and you didn't know if you were going to be eaten or you were going to get to where you had to go. You had to talk to that car. It's okay, baby. It's okay. You had to have that. You had to name it. You had to have that relationship. It was a thing of trust. Hey, I'm crawling inside you. You going to take me where I got to go? And they'd be real quiet. Why do you think when Kit came out in Knight Rider, the cars started talking back? It's not because they didn't want to. It's just they didn't have a voice box before. Uh-oh. Drink a Screwball peanut butter whiskey and chase it with a youngling. I'm not going to say that. Youngling. Sounds like, what are you, a youngling? Yes, I'm in preschool. Yeah, Max, it's so good. I love Screwball, and the follow-up with Hershey's is awesome. Look, we're getting some tips, Jill. I had a 72 CUDA with manual steering. My buddy bought one 74 and took it for a ride, got to the corner and turned right onto the sidewalk. Yep. Sometimes the car, his was power. Yeah. Then you get a power steering, and they're like, hey, have you had... No, I'm not drinking. I'm just driving this little sissy car. This car is power steering. I'll tell you where I want to go. And the car's like, oh, I'll help you. No. I had a relationship with my last car. You're wrecking it. And now you push a little button, the windows go. Now it's just forget about it. It used to be a contest of wills. Now it's just like, how can I make it easy for you? No, we lost our edge, America. We've lost our edge. Hello, John Robinson. Good to see you. VJ Books got a second batch of signed Daphnes. Thank you for letting me know, Stevie. Kira Dobson, if you're out there. Troy Dickerson, if you're out there. You know, like, she was looking for a Daphne. So... Jeff, Youngling is the oldest brewery in America. Once you try it, you will learn to say it. Not available in Chicago. I think I've had one before. Are they available in Pittsburgh? I was in Pittsburgh once, and I think I had one, along with an Iron City. Iron City. I don't know where Stephen Dwayne Allison Jr. is. He's not here. Or Mitch. Mitch did a marathon. We're going to applaud for Mitch. Mitch. Also, no cup holder. You know what? Your cup holder was your crotch. You took your beer and you just stuck it between your legs. And if it's spilled, you know, that's ambience. And you just drove with that beer. Look, let's check it with the Magic Duff Bucket again. What you got for me, because that pinhead went away real fast, you got a Journey to the Night. So what you do is you have one of these bad boys and you just stick it in your crotch and you're driving with both hands. Yeah. Yes, and a lot of ads for cars said "stick it in your crotch." It's a GMC tagline from '70s. I'm reading Cujo right now, and a Pinto plays a large role. Pinto, my aunt had a Pinto. Pinto. Cheers. Cheers to the younglings. It's the worst beer I ever had. Damn, Mark, why don't you just say what you think? Yingling is a tad overrated. The big deal was it was not distributed until a few years ago. You know what beer I miss? Lowenbrow. Oh, Lowenbrow. Oh, Lowenbrow. I remember that green glass bottle. Lowenbrow. Nope, nothing wrong here. Damn, Hans. damn with the deep. Are you like an encyclopedia? Because I never would have known that line unless I did the reread. But of course, I didn't read Cujo. I only read Cujo once when I was like driving around in a 76 Ford Maverick. And after that, I didn't read it. So I read it again. I'm reading it again for the first time in like 30 years or whatever. More than 30 years. Because I'm an old ass man. And wow, that's a good memory you got there. I had a Pinto too, in fact. One blue, one orange. I was never one to learn a good lesson. Yeah, they were kind of lemons. Pinto is car for lemon. My uncle and dad used to do a neighborhood watch in my dad's 71 Mustang. Oh, that was just an excuse to go cruising. My cousin and I tagged along once, and our job was to hand them beers from the case between us in the back seat. That is old school. Oh, yeah, I guess that back in the day, your cup holder was your son or your daughter, not in a seatbelt or a child seat. You just hand the beer to the 4-year-old and hold it or stick it in your crotch. I don't care. But you hand it to me when I say hit me. Hobgoblin. I'm a Stephen King fan, dude. Well, I am as well, but I'm not like a photocopier of everything he's ever written. So props to you, because I never would have remembered. Hobgoblin is the greatest beer and ever of all times. Beautiful artwork on the label, tasty stout, and there's a sweet goblin riding a broom on it. Well, did he kill a witch? How did he get the broom? Tasty stout, you got me at that, but I doubt Hobgoblin's better than Rapture. But I'm willing to try Hobgoblin. I'll have to look it up. Bud Dry. I have nightmares of Budweiser. I remember finally Red Wolf. Do you remember Red Wolf? It was Miller's answer to Red Dog. Cujo is the second Castle Rock novel. The sheriff that hired John Smith to solve is the same sheriff in Cujo. Yep. Chief Bannerman. Okay, now you're just flexing, Hans. Now you're just flexing over all you know. It's a little much. It's a little much. I'll allow it because I'm Judge Jeff. That's a little much. Yeah, I got to read Dead Zone after I read this because King mentions Frank Dodd. Oh, I'm reading the book and I don't even remember names. So kudos to you. Hey, Tim, happy October. Tim, it's terrific. I'm going to shout you out in my new video that's going to be posted tomorrow. You and Sean Lynch, but I doubt Sean Lynch is going to do the thing. It's a fall books tag. These tag videos, Tim, you got to get in with it with these kiddos. The kiddos are running the show, and they're like, do a tag video. All right, well, I got to do one because the kids are doing it, and we all have to follow our youth right over the cliff. So I'm going to do one, and I'm going to mention you, and I'm going to put your video, your YouTube channel in the link and description. And then it's up to you whether or not you want to do it. No peer pressure. I want to say John Smith was hired to solve the serial murders in Castle Rock. Yeah, I believe it was. Anyway, read Dead Zone, then Cujo, Dark Half, then Needful Things. Nobody tells me what order. I'm reading Cujo now, so it's kind of, it's like cat's out of the bag, I read Dead Zone a long time ago, so I wasn't clueless to what King was referring to. But I did like that. He used to have a much tighter universe. Maybe it was just with the Castle Rock novels. I don't know why I got allergies. It was hard not to spoil a character's fate for you, but I think I managed. You didn't spoil anything. No, you didn't. Cujo was one of Stephen King's goriest death scenes ever, rivaling The Raft and The Mangler. Well, I'm loving it, and I'm almost done with it. Oh, Alexia's here. Hi. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. You guys are here. We could start now. It's terrific. My last name's Terry, so if you're terrific, I'm terrible. That's all I got. So did you guys see Hellraiser? My eye's acting up. I might have to gouge it out live. nobody's squeamish. I'll tell you before I do it. No, I'm reading Cujo for the second time. For the second time in 50 years. I think I read it when I was like 17, 16. I don't know how old I was when I read Cujo. And so now this is my second read. But when you have that much time in between, it's like a brand new read, you know? I do know what happens, loosely. I don't remember exactly how it ends. But I will say Cujo and Jaws are very similar books. Huh? What? I don't have Hulu, so not here. Oh, I'm sorry. Suntup and Centipede. What? Why? Wait, what'd you say? Silt's malt liquor was a toe curler. Damn. That sounds nasty. Toe curler. Ugh. I mean, is that good or bad? Is it powerful in a bad way or overpowering? It sounds like I don't want my toes curled. Hellraiser was very good. I liked it better than the first movie. Oh, I disagree. Now we got a battle. Good evening, number one. Suntup and Centipede. We'll talk about them. Oh, excuse me. 10 years ago, a Stephen King group on Facebook had an art contest, and I drew a picture of Cujo in an imagined sequel. Well, Cujo is buried in the pet cemetery, and I won. That is brilliant, and yeah, that's awesome. Cujo buried in pet cemetery would be an awesome crossover novel. And why didn't King write that instead of fairy tale? I still got the picture of Zombie Cujo. I will post in the chat. Please do. Big weeks for those publishers, I meant. Oh. Okay. Big weeks. Well, this week. Wait a second. Let me look at my notes. Oh, yes. I didn't do any interviews for this Suntup release. But it's really cool. I know what it is. I've seen the artwork, and it is eye-watering. Great stuff. So, count me down as a number holder this month again. And train keeps rolling. Chugga, chugga, chugga. Yes. Now, with Centipede, I have a hard choice, and I want to put it to you guys, but I'm gonna get to that in a minute. So I did watch Hellraiser, mostly loved it. The Cenobites looked less human torture and more space alien. Loved the new idea for the box's configuration. Didn't like any of the leads. Now that is, we all want a sequel where Danny Torrance hooks up with Charlie McGee and have twins. That would be stunning. Hey, Emilian. So that is pretty much my takeaway, and why I call this Ruiners. That's the name of this episode. I gotta give them names, but is because when I watched Hellraiser and then I did my review, and when I read Fairy Tale and then I did my review, on subsequent conversations with people, I began to walk back my reviews. Like Hellraiser, I liked it, but I think I really wanted to like it. And then I got in a discussion with somebody who pointed out like things that I totally agreed with. Like exactly what you said, Stevie. The leads sucked. I was trying not to be a curmudgeon. I was trying to go with the flow and understand that nowadays we get silly movies like, and they might not be silly. I've never seen a bunch of them, but it was well, Saw's not silly, but everything has to be this puzzle now, like this game. And Hellraiser turned into a game of tag. And then you got like Happy Death Day, where isn't that the one where the person keeps dying every day they die? It's like Groundhog Day, but at the end of the day they die, so they got to keep trying to solve their own murder. Everything's gotten a little more gimmicky, and they've gotten away from the story, the character-driven stories that make exceptional stories. Disney discovered that key when they took over the Marvel Universe and decided we are going to create character-driven stories. Same thing with Star Wars, character-driven stories. But yet, we still steer away from that. And a lot of these ensemble, like there is no reason, like the first Hellraiser had Julia and her husband and Frank. Really, those are the three people. And then you had Kirsty, who is sort of the foil in all of that. And then the Cenobites. Very intense, personal, love triangle, obsession, character driven. And then the Cenobites came in, and those are the things the characters reacted against. They were horrible. They stole the scenery once they appeared. But really, it was Frank and Julia and then the collateral damage around them that was the story. Well, this one is like a bunch of kids who look like they're just flopping through their 20s, blah, blah, blah. You don't have any sympathy for any of them except the lead character's brother. He's the only one in the show that seemed like he had a brain. Everybody else is like, yeah, kill them all. Like the lead character, I really didn't like. But I forced myself into the box, pun intended, of saying, yeah, you know what? I'm tired of being disappointed. You just don't want to be disappointed anymore. So you just kind of talk yourself a little bit more into it. I will say the second half of the movie was much better than the first half. And the Cenobites, we were the stars of that show. And they had to be because the other characters were so weak. And, you know, some of that intrigue and betrayal elements that were part of the story behind the show, were okay. They just were not given to characters you wanted to watch. I really didn't. Honestly, I didn't care what happened to Riley. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but I'm not going to say any more than that. I just didn't like it. Morning, Jeff. Have you had a chant recently with your mate Olde Hoevelt on the release of his new book, Oracle? No, because it's not out in English yet. It's coming out, I think, in February. And I've been looking around to try to get an arc of it so I can read it and then interview him. But I will want to, for sure. And in the meantime, I'm going to learn Dutch. That was Jill's contribution. In the meantime, I got to learn Dutch. We got, do we got Babbel? Is it on Babbel? So yeah, I would love to talk. Hex is greater than Echo. Maybe. Hello, Logan. Hello, fellow Cenobites. And I agree with the Hellraiser 2022 take. Yeah, or Echo is greater than Need? Greater than Need? Greater than Hex? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I haven't read, I did not like Echo. Oh, Flash. Friggin' typos. I don't know. I haven't read Hex in a while, but I loved Hex. Loved it. And I loved Echo. So I think I liked Hex more, maybe marginally more. But I think Echo was a darker story. And I think both were so original. Hex felt more like a Stephen King book. Echo felt completely original. Like, I don't want to say Hex wasn't original. I'm stepping on myself, but I feel like I'm stepping and I keep hitting a rake. But Echo was just something brand new. It didn't feel like any other writer. It didn't feel like it came from a certain school of thought. It gave Possession a whole new twist. So, yeah, I don't know. I liked them both. I thought both were amazing, and I'm looking forward to Oracle, and I'm looking forward to November, his next book after Oracle, which sounds amazing. Sort of like one of those utopia. There's a utopian neighborhood, village, city with one super dark secret. What? What are you talking about?
The
Oh. No. Well, Emilian, did you read it in Dutch? Did you read it already? Or, I don't know. But, yeah, I can't read it yet. I might have Twan on here. Twan, who I don't think he comes to these lives, but he's very active in the Suntup community. Wait till A Child Alone with Strangers comes out. Finished it today, and it is amazing. Fracassi is going to blast off with this one. Wow, that's a hell of a thing because he was already a blast off guy. He's already out there in the stratosphere. I can't wait to read it. Hex was really good. Hex is awesome. Haven't read Hex or Echo. Waiting for my Suntup edition to read. Well, you're in for a treat, Mike, because that art is bonkers. And same with you, Christopher. It's bonkers. Nope, can't read Dutch. But I know the English version wasn't too far away, so I thought I'd ask the man, you. Yeah, it's not. I think it's February of next year. It'll be out. So the arcs should be floating around either now or soon. I keep looking. So I would love to get my hands on one. Thomas Oldehoevelt, if you're watching this, hit me up with an arc or a lead to an arc. Maybe I'll write him. I mean, I have the guy's email address. Why don't I just write him? Say, hey, is there a way you can get me an arc? And then we can talk. I have Hex queued up for my next week's read. I'm already reading other witch things. Witching Hour. How could you read Witching Hour? I tried reading Witching Hour and oh no. Just finished Boatman's Daughter, so I'd figure I'd keep it going. Well, Hex is a hell of a read, and it's totally different than other witch lore books. So, what was the issue with Hex at the Suntup? At Suntup, I don't know. It was a printing error that affected all editions, so I imagine it was some colossal. And it was a printing error, not a binding error. So it's not like they were full. The F and G's were put in and sewn in, and then had to be pulped. It was printed wrong. Something was wrong. I don't know what that was. I'm having a tough time getting through Echo. It got really slow. You know, it's a... Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I don't know. It had me hooked. That first chapter had me hooked. And then you get deeper into it, and then there's that split narrative where you're getting kind of ahead of yourself, and you want to see how... I don't know. I understand what you're saying, because there is a bit of struggling with the possession and how do you handle it. But there are super creepy parts that I don't know. I didn't, you know, like Fairy Tale had a part that lagged, and it was really slow. But I think the slow, or the part where you may be talking about, Mark, where it's slow, is sort of just the developing story, and you have to ease off and then build up to that ending. Cujo 2 drawing is now posted in the Jeff Ward. Awesome! Nice. Hans put it up there. I'll have to check it out if I can. So we're looking now. Why don't I see it? I'll have to refresh the page. So, but then I lose this, then I can't see what's going on, and I freak out, and I get scared. Same with me. It was real slow to me, and the creepy parts were too far between. Yeah, I hear you. Witching Hour will be my first Anne Rice read. High hopes. Witches just feel Halloween-y. Yeah. No, I hear you. But I read the first few pages of Witching Hour, and I'm like, I'm out. And this was when I was a young man, and I had time, and I never DNF'd a book. How cool is this? I sent Thomas a message on Facebook months ago thanking him for signing both Hex and Echo. He replied the day after and sent me an audio message through my... Oh, that's cool. I'll keep going. Well, I hope it pays off for you, Mark, but every book is its own personal thing, you know? There's a copy of Oracle on eBay, and it says English. No. eBay. Now, I have to look at that. Oracle. Well, I'm not seeing it. Let me see. We're looking. Oracle. Oh. It's there, all right. It's... Oh, okay. Hold on. Language says English. Yeah, it does. That's weird. Because I don't think it's spelled like that in... I think it's spelled like Oracle. Okay, well... Interesting. Ships to U.S. $32. Free economy shipping. What? Huh. Let me see. Well, I suppose... it doesn't know who I am anymore. Oh. You what? Oh my gosh. This is, very... Oh my God. All right, I can't do this. Anyway, I was getting lost. Will he pull the trigger? We're watching the eBay bug in real time. Oh, now you guys got me worried. Hey, Jill, go buy it. It can't be English. No, not on Amazon. You got to be... It doesn't know what my password is anymore. Oracle, Whovelt. All right, well. Yeah, we're watching the eBay bug. Yeah, you see me. I got itchy. Oracle. Being sold by World of Books. Not very reliable. Yep. Okay, good. Pull the plug. The listing was removed, it said. You guys are like Scooby-Doo. It can't be real, Jill. It can't be. And you know what? $30, forget it. Forget it. I'll reach out to Thomas Oldehuvelt and see what I could do. I would never buy a book from them. Okay. They won't send pics. They have too many books to send pics. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Okay. All right. We can move on. That settles that. We're all gonna heal. But it's like we went through it together, so it's a bonding exercise. New folio selection is out tomorrow. Yes. It's on the docket. Also big week for Suntup because of the release, but also Outsiders is shipping, and then right after that, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory Artist Edition, and then on the heels of that, the numbered edition. I definitely feel closer to everyone now. And then Centipede. I have a dilemma with Centipede. But yes, folio, new folio, 14 titles out tomorrow. And I think they're going to be a hoozy. A hoozy? What's a hoozy? A doozy. But what starts with an H that means like doozy? A hoozy. 14 titles tomorrow. It's crazy. I haven't been excited for a Folio lineup except for tomorrow. It's their 75th anniversary. People are saying Blood Meridian. What if there's another king in there? What if they slip a king in there? And I will say I lost out on Cormac McCarthy signed editions sold by Books A Million. The new book, Passenger, and some other book bundled together, signed by the guy who never signs, GTFO. I so hope Humdinger, Doozy and Humdinger is a hoozy. I so hope it's better than the last drop. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I haven't been excited. And it could be a total disappointment. We could tune in tomorrow. Signed Cormac McCarthy at Books A Million. It's in 2-book set. It was sold out in like June. And then Waterstones out of the UK had the similar thing in a beautiful slipcase. The 2-book set in a beautiful slipcase. And it's like Passengers and Stella Maria. I'm blanking on the second title. Hans would never blank on anything. But damn, and it was like $150, and they had a 5-copy limit. Are you sick? Do you know what those are going to be worth? Unless it's like, oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't signed by Cormac. It's signed by, I don't know, the guy who boxed him up, or the mailman signed him for you. I mean, then okay, then you got ripped off. But people are saying they're going to be 5-copy limit of a signed Cormac McCarthy book. I'm buying 5, then I'm using another name and I'm buying 5 more, and then I'm using another name and buying 5 more. Forget about it. They're going to be on the secondary going crazy because they're going to be scalpers galore. A real humdinger. I'm devastated I missed that Books A Million deal too. Yeah, expect the worst and be pleasantly surprised if the drop is decent. That's what my doctor said. It's a poop joke. The drop was decent, Doc. Is the Waterstones gone as well? Yeah, apparently it was gone in June. I don't know why this was making the rounds now, but it was sold out. I'm still hoping Suntup does the new Cormac McCarthy. Now that would be a coup, right? A coup d'etat? I don't know. If Suntup does the new one and gets the Cormac McCarthy signature, that would be a win. And then, somebody might have a matching set of 23s. I don't know who that person would be. But a Cormac McCarthy signature in a Suntup edition, chef's kiss. What's a consensus guess on Suntup this month? I don't remember what it was. I don't remember. I know what the book is, so I'm not going to say anything else. I did tell you. Oh, wait. I'm not revealing Suntup secrets to producer Jill. What do you think? I'm a monster? Love the puns. Anyone with the signed Fairy Tale lottery? Oh, no. Yeah, no. Fairy Tale with a Tail is a different movie. That's a different movie, Hans. That's like a XXX movie. And I don't know if we should talk about it. Hans posted the Cujo pic on your page. I got to see it. Miracle. Dark Regions delivered a signed Return of the Old Ones from years and years ago. Nice! Schindler. That's what It's Terrific says. Schindler. Fairy Tale. No, I didn't win it. I didn't buy it. I gave away Stephen King's signature, if you guys didn't know that. Gave it away. Mwah! Out in the world. I'm just going to let that ring out. So yes, I'm going to be watching that. Actually, I did win the Fairy Tale lottery. I got one. Oh, excellent! Oh, I'm sorry, Logan. You missed the giveaway. Sorry. Bad Moon Books has or had an expensive signed McCarthy. Yeah, they're going to be expensive. But could you imagine you got a signed McCarthy for $150? A brand new book. Limit 5. So you and, everyone in your house. Was wondering if anyone else won. No. Mitch isn't here, so maybe Mitch won. Luckiest man. So yes, Folio. Centipede. Now, maybe you guys can help. Son of a Mitch. Maybe you guys can help me out with my Centipede Press dilemma. Centipede Press is this week going to be releasing the next vintage horrors book. I have 3, 4, 5, and 6 of the vintage horror books. I don't have 1 or 2. 1 was Orgy of Blood, and 2 was The Slime Beast. I don't have those 2. And then I have the next 4. So he's releasing the next one. It's called Bats Out of Hell by Guy N. Smith, who did The Slime Beast. So I don't have The Slime Beast. And he's doing Bats Out of Hell. And he's going to email people who had the last one, which was The Gas, and with matching number, to continue the series. So I want to know, should I get that book or should I get Alligator? That's the other book he's releasing Sunday. And he's like, you don't want to miss that book. Now, what would you do in my situation? You have a 4-book set, and it's not even a complete set, and I'm not going to go after those first 2, because it's like $400 to get the first 2. And so that's out of the question. So do I continue with a set, an incomplete set, or do I buy Alligator? What would you do? Orgy of the Dead, Queen of Blood. Okay, I got it wrong. It's funny. There's a hole in the top shelf where the new inspection should be. Currently reading. No, I just have it down for now. But you got eagle eyes. Damn. Guy N. Smith is most famous for his crabs books. Oh, he had crabs? Vintage Centipede Press. I emailed Jared. I'm on the wait list for Bats Out of Hell. Oh, the answer is always both. Thanks, Ron. Thank you. Thank you. And Babel 17, I'm not getting that. The Delaney, no. So, yeah, I mean, that's going to be big for other people, but I'm not getting that. But Mark says, buy Alligator. Alligator? Is there a book that you think you'll like more? Ignoring the incomplete set. I don't know. I don't know either of these books. I did read 3 of I read Hellhound, The Dogs, and Sellers. Sellers was awesome in vintage horror. I looked at the Guy Smith book, Bats Out of Hell. I read the synopsis. I don't know anything about Alligator. Alligator, for my money, I'm more a creature feature guy. Okay. Is there So I don't know. Everybody's saying Alligator. I don't know anything about it. I'll have to look up and read the synopsis on that. Maybe neither. Maybe I just, maybe that's it. Maybe that's the answer. Just push yourself away from the table. That might be okay. So, all right. Yeah, so Centipede's got a lot. He's flying around. Alligator should be author signed. Smith died a year or so ago. Yeah, I get that. That's a good point. I wasn't really thinking about that. I can safely guarantee Alligator will be a better written book. Smith isn't exactly known for his polished prose. Man, there's not a lot of Guy Smith love out there. I'm glad I asked you guys. That's good. It's good to know. Because I guess if I had a complete set of vintage horror, you'd be stupid. But even the 4 I have, 1's not a matching number because Jared either forgot my number or messed up or whatever, and then he went back to my number for the 4th one. He's very pulpy. Oh, is that something else he told his doctor? I'm very pulpy. but I had a decent drop. I don't know why everything has to tie. I guess when you get a certain age, everything ties in to a doctor's visit, you know? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You get to a certain age, they're checking under the hood and they're saying, oh, look, it's pulpy. What else? What else do we have to talk about? Folio. There was a couple of things from Midworld and Grim Oak. Grim Oak, do you guys want In His Majesty's Service? You guys want that? That's around. I'm not getting it. Is it all over, Jeff? My giveaway? Yeah. That's what you're talking about. Getting morbid in here. What? Oh, because I'm going over a pulpy decent drop. Yeah, the doctor's visit. I know, you get to a certain age and then it's just like, you would think you wouldn't care. Like, I hope I'm an 80-year-old that just like, screw it. I'm going to just live my life and not worry about the little things. All the struggles are over, right? But no, that's not, you know, I'm probably going to be worrying about the kids on the lawn and, you know, the dementia and stuff. I added a watercolor I did from Stephen King's short story, I Am the Doorway, on the Jeff Word. Thank you! Hans is dropping the artwork. Yeah, Friday for Grim Oak. So much coming out. Yep. Dark Regions Press Mallory. Is a release imminent? That's something else I told the doctor. I keep forgetting that it exists or will soon, or not soon, I guess. The next book they're going to do, I think, is going to be Offspring, which I also have on order. So Offspring, then Mallory. I'm getting 2 editions of Offspring. James Beach. This is scary. Just left Dark Regions. I forgot to write that down. He just left Dark Regions. He was the fulfillment guy. So he was like Dan Hocker or Brian James Freeman was to Cemetery Dance. And he's like, whoop, he's out of here. And he's saying he's leaving Dark Regions in good hands and there's nothing to worry about with Dark Regions. And he's still a part-time consultant. These are all the same things that Brian James Freeman said. And, you know, I guess you'd expect after some years, he said he's been with them for a decade, it's time to move on. And his other job took off and he's pursuing other things. So it sounds like it's all positive, but it just doesn't fill you with confidence when you've been waiting for so long for titles. So hopefully it's soon. Offspring and Mallory from Dark Regions, hoping they will finally order Wolf Hunt 3 by Jeff Strand. DRP is the new CD. Kind of, but where you can forgive Dark Regions a little more than Cemetery Dance is that Chris Morey isn't out there trying to get you to be a street team for his the book he wrote and then ignoring all the other stuff he hasn't gotten out. You see that flash of anger? I didn't have a CD rant planned. Max, definitely agree. I keep waiting for Wolf Hunt 3. Well, to be fair, Dark Regions already acknowledged shipping issues and halted any new pre-orders. Boom. Chasing the Boogeyman, now in paperback. Thanks a lot, Hans. Thanks a lot. Another oddly shaped toilet paper roll. Chasing the Boogeyman. It's, for some reason, the sheets have words on them, and they're all bound in this binding. I just need them on a roll, and I need them septic friendly. Join the Boogeyman Street Team. My buddies died face down in the muck so you and I can enjoy this family restaurant. I'm finishing my coffee. Boogerman Street Team. Oh! Maybe he isn't the chiz, but I've been waiting for a long time for a few things from them as well, and they really mark up other press books. Yeah, they're trying to, I think, infuse with cash. Just let other people pay a lot and wait for your books. And then once you get your books and the slate is clean, then don't buy books until they're published. That's my approach to Cemetery Dance and Dark Regions after I get these orders filled. And The Booger Man. You picked a good one. You should have a CD rant on every live. Again, I just think that I can't do a CD rant every live because I'm giving them attention. I'm feeding the demon, man. And I also get tired of it. It's like exhausting because it's like that thing. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And so if I keep ranting, then it feels like I keep letting them fool me. And I won't get fooled again. But I guess if there's any news from CD and they do more stupid things, particularly the Chiz, I won't have any choice but to rant. Lots of people got their Stephen King short story grab bags, but mine has not arrived. No shipping notice and no response to my email asking about it. I think Mindy went part-time, and the part-time she's there, she's not there. So I don't know what to tell you. Their customer service went the way of their books. And it's sad. The Levidian Press, Levidian Publications grab bag, other publishers' books, that was nice. Chiz said they have all shipped. What does he know, though? Off to work for a meeting. See you. All right, Emilion. Now remember, Emilion, be around for that folio thing. Hey, Darren's here. Fashionably late today. Hello, everyone. Well, good to see you in your Pink Floyd flat. Nice. Good you're here. Glad you're here. I ranted already. I ranted a little bit. I have a few other things to talk about. PS is shipping Needful Things. Needful Things is coming from PS. Now, Hans told me I can't read Needful Things until I read what, Hans? What do I have to read before Needful Things? Oh, there's a big 75-book folio giveaway in case anyone hasn't caught it yet. Yeah, I entered that. I could just imagine winning 75 books. That would be crazy. The dark half before Needful Things. Okay. All right. Well, I already read Cujo, so too late on the Dead Zone thing. But maybe I'll read Dark Half and then Needful Things. I gotta say, I didn't really care for Dark Half all that much. I'm moving soon. Just bought a new apartment. Oh, what famous tie-in does that apartment have? Maybe that's a place where the Beatles did acid? The Dark Half and the Sundog. I love the Sundog. 4 past midnight, get GTFO of here. You can enter on their website and their Twitter, but shh. Why? No, everybody should enter that. Nobody's going to win it. 75 books. Could you imagine? I want this one and this one and this one. And then you run out of options because they don't have 75 books I want necessarily. 75 is a lot of books. Oh, I'd have to buy more shelving. I'd have to have a whole big video about it. Are you done with Cujo or almost finished? I'm almost finished. Where is it? Is it up here? Where did I put it? Where's my Cujo? Where did I put my Cujo? Oh. This Cujo's right here. I'm reading the PS Publishing edition, and it is loaded with Chadbourne art. Now, I will say here, this ain't a spoiler or anything, but in the very front part, this kind of struck me. I didn't like this at all. But there's a scene where the family is driving in a Jaguar, and what's his face? The boy, Tadder, is talking about how much he loves to drive around in his daddy's no-top Jaguar. But when Chadbourne drew it, that doesn't look like a convertible, does it? No, that's not a convertible. Now, King doesn't say it's a convertible, but Tadder likes to drive around in the no-top car. I think we'd pick up a clue there, Glenn, and we would draw a convertible. That's all I'm saying. Nope, no monsters in there. So where is Chief Bannerman right now? Not yet. He's not on the scene yet. Suntup should have a raffle where the winner gets to go and have a Criterion Closet giveaway. Ooh. Okay. Travel expenses not included. Oh, that would be awesome. It's a James Bond no top. What? Okay. You're about halfway then. I'm a little more. Look. A little more. I'm on, right now, I'm on page, and all editions vary, especially when you have, I'm on page 204, and this edition is 338 pages. Chadbourne is the only artist that will dissuade me from a purchase. Just can't do him anymore. Yeah, he's saturated. I mean, he's just too much. I happen to like this edition. I think Cujo is a fine book to let him do. It's dirty and muddy and kind of slobbery, and I think his style fits it. So I don't mind. But yeah, it's too much. It's too much. He's too much. And then with his connection with Overlook Press is too much, man. Too much. Hans, I'm gonna pour a little bit. He is everywhere, but his art is good. Yeah, I mean, you can't. It's just too much. With Folio's pricing, they basically form the bread and butter of my collection. Well, you're right there. What are they, next door? Once you're past the infidelity stuff and get to the car, Cujo is as tense as any book I've ever read. That's interesting. That's interesting. I think you need that, though. You need that sort of, like I said, and I'm not even kidding, Cujo is Jaws with a dog. If you've read Jaws, and I, of course, did this year, and you read Cujo, there are so many. I'm going to do a Cujo review. There's so many similar themes between those two books that, I don't know, Jaws came out first and now Cujo. And it could be a case of being struck by what another author did and then tweaking it and making and perfecting on what the problems could have been. But it's really kind of interesting. And you might not have thought of this. I don't know. I didn't see it written anywhere, but Stephen King puts himself in the book. There's a character called Steve Kemp who's very bearded. He can grow a beard like all halfway up his cheeks or whatever. And he's 6'5". And Stephen King is like 6'4" and very bearded. And the guy's name is Steve Kemp. 4-letter Steve is Steve. And then Kemp is a 4-letter last name that starts with K. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? What? Stephen King? He's 6'4". Yes, he is. Someone straighten producer Jill out. What are we drinking tonight, Jeff? We're drinking A Journey into the Night by Rapture Brewing. Journey into the Night. It's a respectable 5% ABV. You could still hold conversation. It's underrated for sure. Cujo didn't really entertain me. The cop out of throwing the blood up left a bad taste in my mouth. No pun intended. King is definitely 6'4". He is 6'4". 6'4", Jill. He's a tall man. His son is... Joe Hill's tall, too. I track tallness in celebrities. See, Stevie's on it. Stevie knows. Yep, 6'4". He's tall. He's a tall guy. So Steve Kemp in the book, it's just, I read that, I'm like, oh, man. Either King's got a sense of humor or a big ego. I don't know. Oh, IMDb said 6'1". Joe Hill isn't that tall. Okay. Joe Hill is 5'10". Oh, he's a shrimp. I'm joking. It's short compared to 6'4". But I think Owen's tall then. One of his boys is real tall, right? I don't know. Somebody told me that Stephen King was 6'4", And, oh, yeah, that's right. And Owen was 6'3". And if I caused any trouble at the Sleeping Beauties thing, they'd beat the hell out of me. Because they're tall. And tall means powerful. Also rich. Loaded. Couple of tall, rich guys beating me. Google says he's 6'4". Well, if we cut 3 inches off of his ankles, like Annie Wilkes, we'll make him 6'1". Annie Wilkes is gonna hobble him. So yes, Needful Things is coming to Beef Daddy. I don't know when. It's shipping now. They have my address. You know, let's get it over here. Maybe he was 6'4". People shrink with age, I hear. Yes. The cartilage between your vertebrae erodes. Jill says he's got a small face. His face is like Mount Rushmore face. He's like Easter Island head. He's huge. He's a giant. He's part lizard. Sasquatch. Stephen King said that Stephen King is 6'4". That's where I got my info. See? Yeah, I'm 6'4", damn it. I think that's on his business card. Needful Things, coming to Beef Daddy. I don't know when. SST is shipping My Heart is a Chainsaw, which is probably something you need to see a doctor about. But that's shipping. I wish Mitch was here. I had a question for him, but... the author photo on the back of Misery should be on the back of every King novel. He looks devious. Yeah, that's when he still had the... He looked... Wait, on the back of Misery? Isn't that where he's playing guitar? Oh, no, that's the back of It. On the back of Misery, he looks like the Grinch, right? Yeah. He looks like the Grinch. He's just about to tie the sled to the dog. What are they doing? They're still singing. I took away all their shit. And they're still singing. Them goddamn Who's. Well, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to put Misery. Misery, first edition. This edition belonged to my grandmother-in-law. Smells like a grandmother. Can we call him up and check? He's plotting people harm. An interview in Feast of Fear said, I can't help being 6'3". Well, maybe he took his vitamins, Mark. Maybe he's wearing platform shoes. The low spark of high heel boys. It's a song. The low flying spark of high heel boys. It's a song by Traffic. Yeah. Also, it says after the accident, he is now a bit over 6'1". Ah, that took some of that starch out of his Wheaties. You know, getting hit by a car, I guess. Google clearly states that Stephen King is 6'4". This is a controversy. We might have to suspend all elections until we sort this one out. Marla is sold out. He's not 6'1". He is now 75. That's funny. He's actually 4'3" on stilts. This joke has gotten old. Oh, it's an age joke that got old. Cool Traffic reference. Yeah, I got all those references. I got a book of references. Have Chiz measured King for us? Well, how tall is Chiz, Mark? Because that would be good to know. We should get Chiz. Chiz probably knows what his inseam is. Oh, Mr. King. Yeah, because he provides the services. Mountains aren't just funny. They are hill areas. Joe Hill just wrote that. Hans, you stole that from Joe Hill. We know. It was a tweet. It was a twit. A Twitter. A tweet. It was a twit. He's 3 kids in a trench coat, though. Yes, the losers put on a trench coat. Yeah, I'm running out. I'm an hour and 10 minutes into this. Oh, But Marla is sold out from Earthling. You can get on a wait list if you want to get on a wait list. Refuel, Jeffy Jeff. This is Fool Fuel. You want to keep the foolishness going? It's a respectable 5-point ABV. Someone on this channel said at one point that Centipede is doing a Frankenstein. I signed up for that newsletter. I'm getting nervous that it's not really real. Someone help. Now, I don't know if Jared is doing a Frankenstein. He's got a lot in the works right now. And it's so funny because he's like, oh yeah, by the way, this week Malign Providence is shipping. And that was never, I didn't see it on anything else. And that's maybe not the best example, but every now and then he'll throw a book out there that I didn't see on the under forthcoming titles. I never saw him talk about it before, and it's just there. Centipede has already done Frankenstein. Oh, are they doing a new edition or a reprint? Maybe they're doing the Icelandic Frankenstein. The Rapture glass just reminded me of the boys. Rapture. Mitch Hall. Mitch Hall went to a marathon, but you know what, Mitch? You can't outrun your demons. You can't. That's something every boy's got to learn, Mitch. And when you grow up, you'll discover you can't outrun your demons. You can run in a marathon, but guess what? They ran the 26 miles in your head. And they didn't even break a sweat. They're riding you like a donkey in hell. A Bernie Wrightson version reprint, I believe. Ooh. Oh, that's ASMR? Jill, I could do ASMR. We could tag the video. ASMR. I put the ass in ASMR. I'm an ass mister. ASMR. Hey, can we take a minute and huzzah, producer Jill? Huzzah. Oh, don't feed her ego. She's going to come in and make me work more. Wherever you go, there you are. Yeah, and your demons, they're up in your skin. They're like, they got their hands on your spine like a puppet. Yes. Okay, so Marla sold out at Earthling. Get on the wait list if you want one. Well, there goes Jill now. I would like Mitch, if you're watching this later, to answer me on who did you think I was making fun of when I said it was Jocktober or something. I was making fun of a booktuber, and you said you think you know who I'm talking about. I'd love to know if you're thinking of the same booktuber that I was lampooning. That's a phrase that's fallen out of favor. Lampooning. My demon's called Greg. Oh, Greg. Oh, tell him to call Larry. Larry's my demon. Maybe Jill will go on cam and dance. I haven't seen her wrist in weeks. There was a booktuber who went on a rant about the Rage bootlegs. I don't like this dude. I could see you going on a rant about the Rage bootlegs that were out there. I was actually tempted to buy a Rage bootleg, but not for that crazy price. I want to pay bootleg prices for bootlegs. But then again, I don't want to reward people who steal intellectual property. Buying a used book or, is one thing. At the thrift shop or half-price books or whatever, that's one thing. But buying a bootleg book that the author has never seen money for, that's not cool. But I'd like to know who that is, Hans. Maybe you could message me, because I like to be snarky too. But thrift books got some. And listed them for over $300. Oh, come on. See, that's what I don't like to see. I want to pay bootleg prices. I want to pay knockoff prices. You know what? I want to buy a bootleg book for like $2.50. Take it home, open it up, and see it's not even the book that the cover says it is. It's like, it says Rage, and then you open it, it's Anne of Green Gables, and then we all have a good laugh. I laugh, I say, ha 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 ha. And then the bootlegger laughs, ha 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 ha. And we're not mad at each other. We know I'm stupid for buying the bootleg. Jill will be happy about Anne of Green Gables. Thrift books is shady as F. Ed. Ed? Is that dysfunction? You know, is that something else you got to see a doctor about? Ed. I used to work for Higher Ed. Higher Ed. I just watched a documentary on how ships are made. Riveting. That's a floater. That's a floater, Darren. Rivets. No, Ed is the booktuber. Is that it? Just Ed? I'd like to hate a booktuber. Ah, damn. I was only in special ed. You were in special ed? Hope you bought him dinner. Ed something, I forget. Yeah, let's not give the person views because I'm going to start a beef with a booktuber just to get hate watched. Because that's legitimate. I saw this thing. There was Masterclass. You ever see these? There's little ads on Facebook, and it's like you could learn from the best. And they had Kris Kardashian was teaching a course on how to do your personal brand. She's a guru. Learn from the best about personal brand. She pimped out her daughter, did a tape, and then profited off of that. That's her playbook. Now they're all billionaires because she pimped her daughter. Masterclass. Edward Lorne. Oh, Ed Lorne. Really? You know what's funny? E. He calls himself E. I watched a few of his unboxings. He did some unboxings of Suntup books. And he didn't even know what he was talking about as far as the books go. Now, I'm stupid, and I stumble all the time. But I try to get better and better. But anyway, he talks about the books like he doesn't even know what he's talking about. And there's another booktuber who's worse. That's the guy who I was lampooning. Parody. You know, it's all fair game. Who basically just talks about books. He's like, I don't know. I think I gave it 5 stars. Anyway, it had a nice cover. It's kind of thick, so it took me a long time to get through. Like, that's how he's talking about books. And he just keeps cranking out content. And he's like, here's a bunch of horror book recommendations. Now, and then he'll hold the book up and he'll read the dust jacket. I don't know what it's about, but that's what it says it's about. I don't know. And he's recommending the book. How do you recommend a book you haven't read and you're reading to us from the dust jacket, which we can all pick up and read? You've added no value, sir. Do what your parents did. Get a job. Condolences, the bum's lost. I remember when I thought the Masterclass stuff was interesting. Well, it was when they had Neil Gaiman. When they had people like Neil Gaiman and Joyce Carolus. It's funny. But now we got Ninja and Kris Kardashians. Yes. The bum's lost! That's right! Tattooed on your forehead! Which reminds me, Jill, I gotta get a tattoo on my forehead. Ah, fuck it. That's right! The bum's lost. You just went all Mad Men Corpo on us. Get a job! That was Big Lebowski, actually. I didn't do Mad Men. I didn't watch Mad Men. Not all of it. I should have, because I was in marketing at the time. So it was kind of research. You know, you want to see the lineage of the advertising agencies in the past. The glory days. Mad Men is great. Yeah, the few episodes I saw were great. They were. But then, you know, a new shiny thing rolled along. And what's a Jeff gonna do? You know? He's gonna buy himself a pumpkin suit and start a YouTube chan. That's what the cool kids call channels. Chan. did a YouTube chan. Grim Oaks, His Majesty's Service. I talked about that, didn't I? Producer Jill, you're a dancing queen. It's up there with The Sopranos. I never saw Sopranos. Jill's in her cups. You can't walk in here. She's in her cups.
What the hell is that?
That means you've been drinking.
What?
Jill's in her cups. She doesn't know lingo. I can say whatever I want. Okay, guys, off to bed now. Night, everyone. Good night, Darren. May your dreams be acid-free. Yes, I never saw Sopranos. I never saw Mad Men. I never saw The Wire. Jill won't let me watch Stranger Things. I just finished Ozarks. Or the Ozark? Ozarks. I don't know. Ozark. Just Ozark. And it was disappointing. That show lost itself, I think. The 4th season. Jill didn't like it after the 3rd, but I was still a fan. And then, man. Rewatched the first episode of Sopranos when the mom catches Meadow sneaking back into the house with a ladder, and she overreacts by getting the hidden M16 and confronting the person breaking. I love that. Oh, man, I hated Ozark. Which is completely out of character for her because she spends the rest of the season crying about guns and crime. That's funny. So it sounds like they retooled. Ozark went nowhere and just dragged the same lifeless premise over again. That's kind of how I felt, Logan. I loved Ozark. I haven't seen any of that either. I just watched Big Bang and What Do We Do in the Shadows on repeat. Read some, then sleep. At some point, you gotta drink the Rapture. Before I go, I just watched The Midnight Club. I thought it was really good, and they got so much right about what it's like living with cancer. Damn, I'm sorry you know what it's like living with cancer. And, jeez, that's heavy duty. Living with cancer.
Is he okay?
I hope you're okay, Darren. Ugh. Oh, Hans wrote, the real villain of Ozark is the mother, obviously. Yeah, Wendy.
Right.
Yeah.
Who was supposed to be the real villain?
Well, you think the drug cartels, you think Marty for dragging them all into it. You think all those other people are the villains. It's Wendy Bird, and I think, if I'm being generous, it is a Darren, I hope you're okay, man. Now it's on my brain. I'm sorry for what you're going through. I hope you're okay. Take care. Get some good sleep, man. I was going to talk about Breaking Bad, but feel guilty now. Breaking Bad was genius television. Genius television. Yeah. So, I mean, I think Ozark is a retelling of Macbeth, is what I think it is. It's my opinion, man, and I'm welcome to it. I'm saying it's a retelling. We have so many stories that are out there, and then they retell, and they change it up, and they make it like a little more modern, and they dramatize it, but it's still the same basic. The woman behind the betrayal is like the one with the ambition, and you know, Lady Macbeth, she's outfoul spot, man. I'm not saying it's to the level of Shakespeare. Okay, so I came back with a random question for you, Jeff. Given you're so close to Mallerman, ask him to do a special small publisher edition of Carpenter's Farm. Come on, you know we want it. And I think Earthling might do that. There was some tickle of a rumor that Earthling might do that. Wendy was in Congo. Congo sucked. But Michael Crichton is awesome. Hail books. I love that. It's like a haiku you wrote there. Wendy, the Wendy Bird, the character, just, man, I wanted her to just go into a meat grinder or something. Oh, the worst. I'm going to see Josh Mallerman this coming set. Thanks for rubbing it in, Mac, Hans, and Paul Miller. Thanks. Why don't you tell them what didn't mean to bring down... No, Darren. No, you didn't bring down the vibes. We just want to make sure everything's okay. That's all. No vibe downage. No, not at all. So, Hans, bring up Carpenter's Farm. Bring it up. It's your duty. I want to go to the Merrimack Book Festival so bad. So bad. Good night, Manos. I think either Earthling or Suntup will do Carpenter's Farm. I think Suntup will do a Josh Malerman book, and I'm here for that 24/7. Yes. And is Earthling that will be doing materials? What? Is it Earthling that will be doing Malerman's Carpenter's Farm? Yeah, that's kind of the... There was kind of a rumor out there that Paul Miller said he would be open to it. And Jonathan Jans and Francois Vaillancourt, yes. But not Richard Chismar, Hans. Not Richard Chismar. He's got a family thing at a Barnes & Noble signing the same day with Brian Keene. Nice, Hans. Influence them both when you see them. Yes. Macbeth, where neither partner gets comeuppance. What a weird spin. Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I'm not saying. Just saying. Anybody else? Walnut, might as well. Ed Barker, Gaiman, yeah. They're not going to be there, though. My favorite Macbeth version is Throne of Blood. I will miss the Chiz. Oh, the Chiz. I'm just saying, the Chiz is the real villain in all these stories. He's going to be at a Barnes & Noble. It wasn't worth him to be with all the other people. Oh! Oh! I've already met Barker and Gaiman. I met Barker. I met him at a comic convention called Days of the Dead. It was awesome. I met him and 3 out of the 4 Cenobites. Simon Bamford, Nicholas Vince, and Barbie Wilde. I need to meet Doug Bradley. Yep, I have to give Glenn some books for someone. Okay. Yes. The 2015 Macbeth is incredible. Incredible! I've met no one, but that changes in December. McCammon, Swan Song Rules. Oh, December, Jill. Wait, is he going to... Wait. Where's McCammon going to be? Jill, I got to go there. Jill, do you know Birmingham is only like 2 hours away? I could do that. I will do that. You can't stop me, Jill. I'll do it one day. I don't even need a hotel. I'll do it one day. You don't think I will? Alabama Booksmith. I'll do it. Jill doesn't want me to go see McCammon. Stevie's going to be there. He's 6'5". He said he's like super tall. He's a Frankenstein fan, and he's like 6'8". How tall are you, Stevie? I saw Ralph Fiennes play Macbeth at the Hackney Empire. He forgot his line. No, he didn't. Huh? Rafe Fiennes. Oh, man, Jill's in her cups. Jeff is crazy. He'll do it. I will. Yeah, 6'8", Jill. Nice. Jill hates fun. Oh, you're getting quite the reputation, Jill. You got to appear on camera and... You got to appear on camera and dissuade the people that you're a hater of fun. I'm bringing a box of books with me to Haverhill for signing. Most of them are Malerman arcs. You, Hans, are a bastard and a gentleman, but mostly a bastard. Because I wish I was there with you. I'd be bringing a bunch of Malermans there. I'd have him sign. I want him to sign The Midnight Under the Big Top. I Googled driving distance, and it's just too far. It's like 14 hours or whatever from where I live, so I can't drive there. But I would love to. And I think we're going to have guests in town that weekend. So I can't go, but I would have loved to have gone and gotten Malerman to sign Midnight Under the Big Top and my boobs. So he'd sign my boobs. I was hoping to get a groan from Jill, but she hates fun. Just get him to sign the box. Sing the box? Saves time. But more importantly, I'm very beautiful. Stevie's very beautiful. I'll be looking for the person carrying a big box of books in Haverhill. Hey, Jeff, are you and I still hosting a Jeff Con here in Melbourne? Yes. Yes, if I could drive there. John, I will be a big guy wearing a Books of Horror hoodie. Oh, Hans is also a big guy. What is it? We in the land of giants? Jeff Con 2023. Yes, that would be amazing. Can anyone go to these things? Or do you have to be someone? No, you can. Anybody can go to the Haverhill Merrimack Book Festival. Sign, but I can't type at all. Just get him to sign the box. Are you talking about Mallerman? I want him to sign the book. His full name is Ralph Nathaniel Twistleton Wickerman Faines, and he definitely forgot his lines. That's crazy. That's crazy. Jeff Con 2023. 23 is my Suntup number.
Well,
I kind of have to do a Jeff Con.
everyone can give a Jeff Con and
What would you guys show up if we had a Jeff Con in Chattanooga? I would try to do that. I would try to do that. I got a Bird Box arc, 3 Mallory arcs, 2 Unburied Carol arcs, Inspection arc, on This is the Day of the Pig arc, and a PC Midnight Under the Big Top, my numbered inspection from Earthling. Why would you need him to sign your numbered inspection? You already have it signed. I have a signed Unburied Carol arc, but the first edition hardcover I have is unsigned, so I'd need that. Yes, I'd have several. Hans, just swing by Chattanooga and pick up some books. I'm going to put a die pack in there so that if you run with them, the die pack goes off. How will I know you run with them? I have a camera in there as well. If I hear talk like, yeah, I just scored all these books off of Jeff Word, I'm going to run with them. I'm going to set that die pack to go off like they do at the banks. He's also the Tooth Fairy in Red Dragon. I want my numbered... Is he really? In the new one? Oh, I like the one in Manhunter. He was the best. I want my numbered inspection inscribed to me. Make it... Draw me like you draw those French girls, Josh. Draw me like you draw the French girls. I wouldn't show up, but I'd watch you ramble about anything, to be honest. I would ramble. Man, I ramble.
And
This is normal. Like, I do this without a microphone, this is me. I do all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's offensive, though. We can't talk about that, though. I wish you would show up, Logan. If you get the chiz for Jeff Con, I'll walk over there. Well, I would like to get the chiz to show up at Jeff Con and put him in a dunk booth filled with piranha. Is that how you say piranha? Piranha. I think that's the correct. It's like karate. You can't do karate on a piranha. I will help host Jeff Con. David will help host it.
Nice.
He's local. He's not even messing around. We got to meet David. I will help set up Jeff Con in Greece this summer.
Ooh.
Greece! We're going to get greasy, people. Get greasy.
So we'll do Australia first. And
Australia, then Greece. We're getting on a big boat. Maybe Jeff Con will be on a boat.
Yes.
Oh, we're going to be on a boat, people. How about a cage match between Jeff Vandermeer and Richard Chismar? I like that idea because Jeff Vandermeer got beefy. Like, he started lifting weights. So we're going to get him to beat the childhood out of Rich Chiz. Oh, you're the rich Chiz? I'm only the richest Chiz there is. And then Jeff Vandermeer's like, people could say my last name without changing it. And then he's going to beat the happy childhood right out of the Chiz. Because it's personal. Can we find a Europe to America land bridge so I can get there?
Oh, that's nice.
I'd like it. We'll just take the boat to you, Logan. No way would I drive across a
Logan?
floating bridge. Where are you, Logan? Do Jeff Con in Spain during the annual Tomato Festival.
Nice.
That is cool. And then we could get one of those Euro dance party where they do the bubble dance party and everything's in bubbles. you know, or like a rave. Everybody gets glow sticks and bubbles. Gotta go. Everyone have a great night. Take it easy, Mark.
Night, Mark.
We can do Jeff Con on my boat. Oh, we got a boat. Jeff Con on a boat. That's that. Thank you for that offer, Darren. Stay out of this, Stevie. No way would I drive across a floating bridge over the Atlantic. Logan's in the UK, just like Darren. So
Well,
the UK, we got to go to the UK.
Our
Our son's best friends in the UK.
Okay.
Oh, Jill wants me off. She's like, okay.
I don't like fun.
She doesn't like fun. Okay, so I gotta go. I gotta go, guys.
That's typical of German.
We're dropping in viewers anyway. People are leaving. They're going good night. Jill tells Jeff to chill. Night all. Good night, Logan. Good night. Hey guys, man, the Folio thing's happening 2 days from now. It's a joke. I'm trying to throw you off, but really, I want the 25 remaining sets of eyes here to go check out the Folio thing tomorrow. Check out Suntup, new release. Check out all the stuff, all the wonders. Get Inspection. I can't believe there are still copies of Inspection available from Earthling. That's crazy. So I will see you all. Take it easy. So who butters their popcorn halfway up the bag at the cinema?
Yes.
I do.
Yep.
I do. Guilty as charged.
Yeah, I do too.
Good night. Good night. Good night, David or Dave. Cat House, goodbye. Good night. Tim, I love you wherever you are. I'll be back when the week is new, and I'll have more ideas for you, and you'll have things you'll want to talk about, but I'll be drunk. Good night, people. Have a good week. Stay frosty, because it's August, it's October, you know, so it's autumn is what I was trying to say, but then it made August sounds. I said autumn, but my mouth made August sounds, and then I said October because I was trying to get back on track. Goodbye, love you, Tim. He said love you. And I'll see you guys at the McCammon thing. I'm going to it. I forgot about it. I'm going. It's December, Jill. I'm going. Alabama Booksmith. Going. All right. Good night, everybody. Have sweet ass Mr. Dreams.